And welcome everybody. Happy Derby Week. Derby is in the books. Tomorrow is Kentucky Oaks, and Saturday, the big day at Churchill Downs, the 150th running of the Kentucky Derby. I'm Joe Kelley, joined by my good friend out in Pennsylvania, out in Pittsburgh area, Eric Gielata, 6-time or 5-time NAT qualifier. Which one, Eric?
6.
6. See, he keeps on building to his resume. And he came dressed. Look at this guy. He's got the Kangol hat and he's got a great shirt there. Talk Derby to me. Perfect.
I've been waiting to bring that shirt out all
That's
spring.
right. So how you feeling?
Good.
Yeah,
Everything, had a bad spell with some, a few weeks ago, but we're rolling. Derby week, you gotta love it.
Yeah.
Getting going now. I think today it hit me though. It's here. I'm a little slow getting into it this year, it seemed like, but it hit me today. I got a little excited.
Yeah, sometimes that's the best things happen that way on the fly, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So listen, we got to get my dad Bill Kelley may join us. He's supposed to, but we'll see. I'll keep my eyes out for him. Let me pull up something right here. All right, we are going to get into it. The way we're going to do it is the Kentucky Derby. We're going to go from the inside post all the way through and give our little opinions on it. So let's talk about something which may come into big discussion with this. The number 1 door knock trained by Danny Gargan, Luis Saez aboard. What's going on with door knock?
I just got word that he might scratch. I just heard that this afternoon. I don't know how true that is, but that's what JK actually reported that saying that something he has a crack, a corner crack or something in his foot or whatever.
Right.
And I don't think he's going to run. I wouldn't think they would run him with that.
Yeah.
If that's and DRF's, I think he got that from the DRF's reporting that, so I don't think they're going to put that out there. So I look for him to scratch before so the other AE can get in there.
Yeah, so all the AEs moving in, and depending if Dornock scratch looks like it may happen, the number 2 Sierra Leone will be the rail horse, and Chad Brown and also Tyler Gaffalione coming in as one of the big dogs in this race. Do you think Sierra Leone has the goods, or what's your take on Sierra?
Obviously, he's going to drop back so the post don't hurt him, but I don't know. I mean, I have to pitch so many horses here, and I like to pitch some of the favorites, obviously.
Yeah.
A couple of and I think I'm going to leave him off my ticket. I think he might have too much trouble to make up that ground, the chasing Fearness and the other top leaders. Maybe, I don't know, because the track I think is going to be probably speed favor. I don't know. I mean, you would think, but it's been pretty fair this week, I think. Have you?
Yeah. I bet some today. So it's supposed to have some rain tomorrow, but that track really dries out fast. I was trying to get through the computer program that I use to get the trends with the wet tracks. Not a lot of wet races throughout the past year with Churchill Downs.
Yeah. And I think when it does dry out, I think it gets faster than usually. Right. I mean, I'm not I don't play Churchill that much because I'm a tournament player, and obviously we don't have them on the tournaments.
Right.
So I only play Churchill usually this week, and if a couple other big days they have or whatever. But so I'm not real familiar with their track, and especially a lot of it's like new. I guess some of the setup or the turf's new or something.
Right.
The new setup on the turf and everything, but. Anyway,
yeah, so I think we're both on the same line with Sierra Leone. We're gonna put aside.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he's a total pitch, but like I always like when people ask me, because I'll get a ton of calls the next couple of days. The people don't call me all year, and then they call me for this. And
yeah.
And what I usually do is I eliminate 9 or 10 horses for them, and I'm usually pretty good with that because it's hard. And that cuts the field down for him. And I've been pretty good with that in the past.
Mhm.
So I don't know if I would pitch him totally, but I'll have to figure it out. I haven't really did that yet, but right now I'll pitch him, but we'll see. And we don't want to, like with the AEs, we don't want to, like everybody usually doesn't look at the AEs, especially 2 years ago. And I guess now we have to look at them.
Yeah. So more homework.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, let's move along right now. We've got Eric Gielata on the other side of the East right here out in Ohio. And we've got number 3, Mystic Dan. I like Kenny McPeak and Brian Hernandez. But do you see this horse having a chance?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he's definitely showed it in a slop. I mean, I don't look like the track's going to be sloppy that day, but
Mhm.
I give him an outside chance, especially with Kenny McPeak
Yeah.
but he might be a little overbet. I don't know if it'll be like that Jack horse a few years ago. Remember, he was like a 15-1 horse, and everybody bet him
Right.
because of the
Right.
name. I don't know how many Dans will be betting, but
That's true. Yeah.
Mystic Dan will probably get a lot of plays with everybody, their uncle and all that stuff. So be
Right.
a lot more money played on him than
The, the, the sire fee was only $10,000 for this one. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. So probably a good story to this one on Mystic Dan. So keep this one in mind and look at the
Yeah.
price you're saying, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think he might get a little overbet too, but he's been improving a lot. I mean, well, like I said, I don't know. That's off. I mean, that race come up really sloppy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he can't knock the works since that race on the 30th. I mean, he's been working good at Churchill. Yeah. So yeah. Let's hope we get right now, possibly the second post, but another one which can make a trip for himself.
Yes.
Hey, we'll go with number 4, which the Brad Cox had 3 horses, 1 scratched Encino, but he has Catching Freedom, which should be probably shorter than the 8-1 morning line. The number 4, Catching Freedom, Flavian Pratt and Brad Cox. Do you think this one is one of the big ones, or you think a lot of hype
Yeah.
going?
Yeah. I mean, if he can get the trip, I mean, closing, he's going to become. He was flying at Louisiana Derby, with the other horse, the 7.
Right.
So I definitely think you got to give this horse a good look, especially with the way Pratt's been riding.
Mm-hmm.
Brad Cox and our friend Ed Reedy. This is his pick right here.
Oh, Ed Reedy, yeah, the great Ed Reedy, yeah, another Pittsburgh guy.
Yes, so he likes this horse here.
Okay,
he did text me that. So
so
you definitely got to look at this horse.
Right, definitely not a toss out. Another one.
Yeah, definitely.
Working good. Yeah,
I think he'll be on the board somewhere too.
Right.
I don't know if he gets up, but he'll be coming.
And has a win at the track out of 2 tries. I mean, debuted a mile. So, yeah, definitely don't toss this one. Brad Cox, great trainer. All right, we've got number 5, Catalytic, Safi Joseph and Jose Ortiz, lightly raced. Just 1 win, 2 seconds. The last being second in the Florida Derby, March 30th. How do you see this particular horse?
This is a pitch for me. I think he definitely played for second, with Fierceness running away with that race. They played for second just to get in the Derby here for the connections. I can't. If this horse beats me, that's just the way it goes.
Right.
I don't really like this horse at all.
Let me ask you a question about not in particular Catalytic, but do you like to have a jockey? Is it absolutely necessary that they had a run before the Derby, or you don't mind if this is their first try on the horse?
Well, these guys are all pretty good usually. I kind of always feel bad when they take a kid. A lot of times they'll take a kid off and put one of the higher names on it or whatever. I always feel bad. I always think that hurts the horse more than than helping it. A lot of times, they do that.
They'll take an out of town smaller track.
Yeah. Like I said, like a horse that gets in with the lower end jock, or a jock we don't know yet up and coming, then they splash it with a Mike Smith or something.
Right.
I usually don't think that works as good. But Ortiz rides for Safi, I think, a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I mean,
He's my favorite Ortiz out of the brothers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the same with my buddy Al. Loves Jose too.
Right, right.
He
Um,
doesn't like Irad, but he loves Jose.
yeah, Irad took a lot of a lot of heat at the Saratoga meet, but he was winning everything. So
He backs it up though. So
yeah, that's true. And the kids love him because we were like 3 days. My friend came in from out of town, and we were right in front of the jocks room there, and all these kids they love Irad and they love Katie Davis. So
no, yeah, that's
yeah.
good.
All right, Kentucky Derby 150. Eric Gielata, Joe Kelley here, and Bill Kelley possibly stopping by in a little bit. Moving on to the legendary coach, D. Wayne Lucas has a horse here with a young rider, Keith Asmussen, son of Steve Asmussen, Just Steel. 11 races going into it. You think this could be one of his magical upsetters, or do you think this one?
I'm not pitching. I ain't pitching the coach no more.
Right.
I've learned my lesson with that. Uh, that would be a great story.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So how about then Steve's kid riding,
Yeah. That's
for the
right.
coach and not riding his horse? It's just pretty amazing. But you
Right.
never know. I mean, the coach, this horse could hit the board. Maybe I wouldn't throw him out.
Right. I
Um,
remember when D. Wayne had Christian, I think it was Christian Torres won a race for him up at Saratoga, and or yeah, I think it was Saratoga, and Christian Torres was just like, wow, he put me on his horse, up and coming right now. Christian Torres is winning all these races.
yeah, the coach was like real big before I was into thoroughbreds, like more. So I've had to research him and just see how unbelievable he was like years ago. You know what I mean? Since
Right.
I've been
Yeah.
playing, he's been kind of average numbers or whatever, but he looks
Right.
great though. They just had an interview with him today on TV.
Right. Yeah. He
Guys,
gets around with his cane and
yeah,
everything. Yeah.
yeah, he
Yeah.
looked good today.
Right. Right. All right. We are moving along right here. This is a horse which, I may give a long shot if the price stays there. Anna Marie with Whitworth Beckman and Ben Curtis, another lesser known jockey, but do you see this one?
Yeah, well, I think
Maybe into it?
if you like catching freedom, you have to. This horse was right there. I mean,
Yeah, one length off, right?
well, now Ben Curtis, a lot of people don't know him. He's a European rider, not the golfer either. If it was the golfer, wouldn't that be something to win the Derby and the British Open, huh?
Yeah, that's
But I guess that's not the golfer. But anyway, I did hear that Ben Curtis has rode in more 20 horse fields than any other jockey because of his European background. People don't
okay.
realize that.
That's an
So I don't
interesting.
think, because another guy told me, said, "Oh, I don't like the jock. He's not." And I said, but then I heard a stat. I know they run on a turf, those big races, but he's been in crowded fields before, and
Right.
I think he's a better turf jockey than he is.
Mhm.
But he's been doing good down there at Fairgrounds, so that's good. There's a guy they're leaving on there. I mean, he just rode the horse the last race, but I'm sure he had some pressure to take him off, but he's leaving him on, which is a good thing.
And another horse which by horse standards was pretty low on the sales and the sires, but so could be an upsetter here, but definitely keep an eye on this one. Ben Curtis. How old is Ben Curtis roughly? Do you know?
I looked it up too a while back, right before the NHC.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's that old. I think he's maybe mid. I don't know. I'm guessing here. I could look it up, but as we keep going here, I'll take a peek at it and come back to that. But
Yeah.
I don't think he's real old. I mean, I don't think he's that young, but I don't think he's,
Right.
I think late 20s or 30s, I'm thinking, but
I think NBC will have a profile on him, maybe something like that.
yeah, and I'll maybe open with the British Open,
Yeah, that's right. They stole your story, right?
Yeah.
All right, we're continuing along. We're digging into this field at the 150th Kentucky Derby. Another Brad Cox horse. This horse, the number 8, Just a Touch, has been getting some steam. But how do you see Just a Touch?
Well, yeah, that's a horse a lot of people. I think that's the wise guy horse right now.
Yeah.
Definitely a horse you got to consider. I mean, he's going to be out there probably going with, you'd think try to stay with Fearness or drop in behind him or whatever, but
Right.
he'll be up towards the front. So I think as a horse, you definitely got to play, because if it's tough to close there, I mean, he'll probably be right there. Ben Curtis, 34, by the way.
Oh, 34. Okay, cool.
Yes, yes.
Eric Gielata, always on top of the scene. Thanks.
Yeah, I should have remembered that, because I did look him up before, because he was in a lot of the NHC, right? Fairgrounds. He was running,
Right.
all the days there, and so we don't play that track much either. And I did a lot of research. I just couldn't remember. I thought it was 30s, but
So
so
this horse, this will be the fourth start of his career. Didn't
like,
race as a 2-year-old, and yeah, I mean, definitely will be prepared and has all the connections. Just don't toss this one for sure, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
lightly raced,
Yep.
but that seems to be the way horses come in a lot of times now. So
Right. All right. The number 9, another Brad Cox horse, is scratched. So we move along right now. The 10 and the 11, 2 Japanese horses. The number 10, TO Password, only has raced twice. And I was watching, I forgot who said it. Maybe it was on Capital OTB. They were talking about the Japanese win, and you're in Japanese series. And someone on the panel was not happy about the way, because they said they want the Japanese handle coming in. So that's why they established this. And this horse, I guess, got through that program.
yeah, and I've been in the past. There was that horse. Remember, it ran in the mud. He came out and looked really bad.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
right.
And
Yeah.
he just threw it, but he ended up being a good horse.
Right.
After that, he stayed over here. And I've been tricked before. Last year, my neighbors telling me all about the Japanese horse, and I told him, don't get all into that. And then he said, "Oh, you're right." So I don't know. I mean, these horses are 7 for 7 combined.
Yeah.
I guess Forever Young is the better horse.
Right.
I don't know. I guess throw $2 on a exacta 10-11 box, huh?
Hey,
Just in case.
that's right.
In case
Yeah.
they juice them up somehow. I don't know. I know them Japanese horses run good over in Dubai and all that.
Yeah. I mean, they pull some big upsets. Yeah. And the Breeders' Cup too. They've knocked out a few,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yes. I don't know how, they have, they've been quarantined, all that. They don't seem to run good here in this race, but this Forever Young, but another thing, you get fooled by them speed figures at Dubai sometimes.
Mhm.
Um,
We've got moving on to the 11, 5 for 5, another Japanese horse, probably will definitely be the shorter of the
T.O.
two.
Pass, where he's won 163,000. So I see why that guy's mad about it on the panel. I mean,
Right.
I think the horse that actually qualified that way didn't accept, maybe. Is that what it was, too?
Yeah, I don't know enough about it to make
And then this one, the Dubai race is actually maybe the Dubai race he qualified through. So then the second horse got to come in, I guess. I don't know.
right.
Because the Dubai is an actual qualifier,
Mhm.
not in that Japanese series thing. So
Yeah, through the UAE, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So
$2
Eric
million
Gielata
this
says
horse.
put the 10-11 exacta box in there and
Yeah,
thank
I'm
Eric
just
Gielata later.
just to play around. But I'm probably gonna pitch these horses. But just a fun bet in case somehow they got
Right.
I don't know what they do over there, but they sometimes seem impossible and they win them Japanese horses. So maybe just throw something in as a cheap, safe bet.
Right. All right, we're continuing along. We are working our way through the field. Kentucky Derby 150, and a horse which definitely will be showing some early speed, Track Phantom, Joel Rosario, and now putting the blinkers on. So might even be more focused. And how do you see this horse, and why the change with the blinkers right before this race?
I'm not sure what he's thinking. I mean, this horse definitely comes out. But I think his fearness will he'll put him into the ground, I think. But he might be able to go. He might be able to push him a little bit though.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely fast out of the gate.
Do you Are you going to
got
include this one in your
Rosario's.
wagers?
Well, that's saying the front end. I don't know. He could just end up chasing Fearness and get a second or third too.
Right.
So I don't think I'll pitch him. I'll probably keep him in there.
You can't knock the horse's record at Churchill, in the money 3 times, and Hall of Fame to be jockey Joel Rosario. So
Yes.
yeah.
If they get in a battle down the lane, Joel's
Oh
the
yeah.
guy you want, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's definitely got the muscles to push a horse further. Yeah. Here's one coming up. Another horse which has raced pretty heavily, 10 races in his career. West Saratoga, which I heard, I didn't know the specific story, but not named after Saratoga up here. So,
Yeah, and Jesus Castellon, good for him. I don't know if he's ever been in a derby, but a guy that's been around a long time. You got
right.
to root for these connections, I guess. You're probably familiar with the trainer. Is he up at Saratoga sometimes? No, he's not.
No. I think there's a really good story to that about the trainer. He's been around the game a lot, like you're mentioning on the jockey Jesus Castanon.
Yeah, he rides at Tampa a lot.
Yeah.
Jesus, but he's a good jockey. He's just the older guy. I'm
Right.
pretty sure he's got to be close to 50 or older.
Right. I was at the dog park here at the place where we live on our complex, and I mentioned to somebody, yeah, I was at the training track this morning. The guy says, "Oh, do you ride horses?" I said, "No."
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't look like a jockey. So,
yeah,
yeah.
that's the thing. I don't have much experience on. Well, I don't have any experience around a horse. Like I've never been on a horse or anything like that. I'm just a handicapper.
When I was my high school girlfriend, I did ride a horse for like Valentine's Day twice with her. So that's my extent of it.
Oh, there you go.
Probably scared shitless being on the
And
horse.
it's funny. My grandparents had horses, but my brother rode a lot. Both my brothers, but I never rode. I don't know if I don't know. They just never. I never rode a horse.
Right.
My brother always went to horse camp, and I never did. So,
Hey, you fell into a nice profession being a handicapper.
yeah,
Yeah.
up and down. I don't. It's not a profession yet. I'm trying to get there, but
Right.
the next horse might do it for me though. This next horse,
Okay.
he might be the
ticket to be there.
yeah, he might get me there with the price. Will be endlessly.
The number 4, you're talking about the number 14, Endlessly, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the horse. I've loved this horse. I know he's a turf pedigree,
Right.
but he did. He ran on a synthetic good, big turn of foot. I mean, this horse. I love this horse when I seen him run his first time at Delmore, and
Okay.
I followed this horse. I'm glad they're putting him in. I know there was talks of him not going into this race, but and the turf horses usually run good there at Churchill. I mean,
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, I learned a lesson with Animal Kingdom, and then last year the 2 Phil's horse ran good. Coming off that Ruby, off the Turfway race.
That's right. Yeah.
So I give this horse a chance. I know his numbers aren't that great, but he had it toned down. I mean, he geared down at the end. He won by 4.
Mhm.
I'm a big Mike McCarty fan. I just think he's great. And I don't know if he would have put him in here if he didn't think he had a chance to hit the board at least.
Yeah, it
So
might just be
this horse. I'll be playing this horse definitely. If he wins, that'll be great. But I'll have him underneath for sure.
right. So you'll have it as a focus bet on top, and then
He's
definitely
actually
underneath.
They have the live odds up right now.
Oh,
He's
okay.
here. I'll get him for you. That'll be another thing
Okay.
we can go over as
All right.
If you want to move on, I'll pull them up over here because they have. I don't know how much is in the pool right now, but
yeah, I like Endlessly as well. I mean, I haven't settled on a top pick, but definitely gonna put this one in the mix.
there's a little over $1 million in the win pool right now.
Okay.
And
100,000 is yours, right?
yeah, endlessly 50 to 1.
Oh,
Right now,
wow.
50 to 1.
Wow.
I'll go over the ones we talked about. Well, Dornock 17 to 1, which I think he's scratching. Sierra Leone 5 to 1. Mystic Dance 23 to 1. Catching Freedom staying right at the morning line 8 to 1. The Fives 37 to 1. The Coach 31 to 1. Honor Marie 15 to 1. Getting a little bit of play. And Just a Touch 13 to 1. Passwords 55 to 1. And Forever Young 8 to 1. Steve's Horse 47 to 1. Track Phantom West Saratoga 30 to 1. Getting some plate. I mean, I would think that horse would be 100 to 1, but
Right.
30 to 1. And then now we get the domestic product. Chad, how about this? 31 to 1. Irad and Chad, huh?
Yeah. And the owner of that horse is one of Chad Brown's big clients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got to give this horse a look too. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, Tampa Derby. I mean, that's a big gap there too, though.
Yeah.
Because that race ran in early March too, so he's 2 months off.
That was like that was a week before we got out to NHC, right?
Yeah.
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 So yeah, go ahead.
I give this horse a chance underneath. I mean, definitely playing the exotics.
That's the 15th domestic product. Irad Ortiz and Chad Brown. And Eric, you said 30 something to 1 right now?
31 to 1 right now.
Okay.
1,036,000 in the pool.
Wow. How do you for the Derby, do you put your bets way in advance, or do you
I will I'll get on to, or I don't know when I'm going to do this, but I'll probably go to the Meadows and put money in my Express bet account, and then I'll put some I'll probably bet like the 14, and I might put together, something I like, right? Because I hate that when I like a horse and I get off it. So I like to put some pre-bets in while I'm down there. And then as the day, then I'll bet I like betting this card because of all the money in the pools, these next 2 days. So my neighbor actually goes in, banks me a little bit, and we play some pick threes and pick fours. So he lets me do all the handicap, and he's kind of the bank. So that's a nice.
Yeah,
that's
good. You guys, combine like that. Yeah, I'm sure you respect.
I haven't hit anything big for him yet, but he hasn't got killed by me. I mean,
right.
So we've been close to hitting some big ones though on them days.
We've got we're going to progress right now. This one probably will be one of the biggest odds that tomorrow, the 16 Grand Mo the first. Any chance with this one?
No, I give this a definite pitch here. Another horse that ran third just to get in. It's good for them. You got what's his kid from Gulfstream jockey on him.
Right. Yeah.
Good for him, getting them.
Yeah. Now we've got the horse.
This horse is basically one. He's been in all thirds.
Yeah. The best, as far as wins were sprints on the synthetic.
Yeah, he got third in the Tampa Derby, come back in the Florida Derby with a third, and that gets him in. I mean,
right.
So
yeah, this will not be in your picks to get right through there with Grand. It'll be an easy
pitch here. Yeah.
Easy. Yeah. Now, another one, which a lot of people are going to have to make some kinds of decision on the horse, which, you just look at the past performances, up, down, up, down, up, and now may go off as the favorite, probably will go off as the favorite, the number 17, Fierceness, a lot of speed, Pletcher, Johnny V. What's your take on this one?
Well, I mean, if he gets out, I mean, I think it's over. I mean, he has no trouble getting out, doesn't stumble in the blocks there or whatever. I mean, I think he should go around. This horse is really fast. But you're right. Every other time, this would be saying it's a time that this will be a bad race.
Right.
But he showed up in the two big ones, the Juvenile and the Florida Derby. 2 to 1. I mean, he's 2 to 1 right now. I guess he'll he'll probably stay around 2 to 1, 5 to 2.
Right.
But if he wins the race, you'll be like, why don't and he pays 760 or something? You're like, why don't I just put like 500 on him? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
but I think his horse. I mean, I got to play him on top with a lot of with some prices underneath, and
Mhm.
I
I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
it all sets up for
Yeah.
him. I mean, where he's
Right.
at the 17 hole. I mean, I don't know.
And Mike Rapoli will definitely be in the mix on TV tomorrow. I mean, on Saturday.
Yes, and Johnny V, we know what he likes to do in the dirt. I mean, he did it with Mo Spear. He did it with a couple horses there with
He went,
Baffert.
yeah, he
Like,
went right to the front and milked it. Right.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. He knows
You
how to
know,
play that game.
I gotta make mention of this. I was watching and give credit because he's the one who said it and noticed it. Duke Matisse was, I think he was on Peter Fornatel's show. I think it was, and he said he went back and watched the load-ins to the performances where Fierceness did terrible. The two ones that he ran terrible, he had problems getting into the gate. So he said that could be the tell that this may not be the day, but unfortunately, most bets are going to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, especially he's a 17 hole. If he was in the 3 hole and he was having trouble, we got time.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, there'd
yeah.
be a lot of time with the. Well, I guess
Right.
they load him in.
Two at a
I
time,
think.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Oh, here's another question I wanted to ask you. I never thought about this until I heard someone saying today that with Sierra Leone also having some act up at the gate, is it fair to give Sierra Leone special treatment to get in the gate, or should they just load them like they do everybody else?
I, I guess I would think just load him like everybody else. But why are they talking? He's going to get special treatment.
Yeah, well, I think it was the guys on Capital OTB were discussing that they don't think it should be special treatment just to get the
Yeah, I don't
horse
think
in.
it should be, but I think they do that sometimes. Though, don't
Yeah,
they? With
yeah,
other horses, I don't.
right.
I guess if you request that or whatever, I don't know how that works. Like I said, I'm not the guy to talk to about
Yeah,
anything
that's
with
not
the
our specialty.
backside. Or I
We
mean,
we
my
gotta
first.
we gotta punch in AJ Benton, who knows all that stuff.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
also my buddy Al, the good backside, he
Oh yeah,
trained.
right.
That's
Yeah.
who I'll refer. That's a good question to ask him about that. If you can request something like that or whatever.
Right. Yeah, you got
Um,
connections everywhere, so
yeah,
yeah,
well,
you got 2 days to get it done.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's not a good answering the text guy, so I ain't even gonna try that
Oh,
because
okay.
he won't get that till tomorrow sometime.
You gotta go right to the source, yeah. So
So
so hey, let's continue along, and this is actually a race and a track which is, kinda not getting as much publicity, way less than it used to. Santa Anita and the Santa Anita Derby, the winner, Stronghold, 20 to 1 on the morning line. Great trainer, Phil D'Amato.
I
Huge.
like his horse.
Okay.
I mean, you can't. You just know how the Santa Anita horse Derby horses run in this race usually. I mean, they're usually Baffords too. So,
Yeah.
but I don't think you can pitch this horse. He hasn't did anything wrong. I seen Antonio, another new jockey on the scene here. He rides really well. He won today over at Churchill. One of the. I only watched a couple races today. I seen he won on the turf there today.
Oh, was that the second to last race?
I'm not sure. I
Yeah.
could look it up, but definitely, I didn't watch many races, so it was
Right.
one towards the end, I guess. But
Okay.
he hung on and won. I don't know who he was riding for though. I don't think it was a California connection though. I could be wrong though. He might have been, but because I think I was surprised he was riding for whoever he won for. I'll have to look.
I was watching Chad Summers on some program today. He said when Antonio Frizu, I think I'm pronouncing it, someone in the neighborhood. When he came over here to ride, his name was Tony Pizza.
No, yeah,
That's what they used to call him around the stable.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like that rider there. I mean, he's really got good now.
Mhm.
It's weird how guys go up and down out there in California, though. Like
Right, right,
Drayden Van Dyke, I thought was going to be unbelievable, and he's just kind of went off the map. And
right.
um, I'm surprised Jose's not in this road. Hernandez, he wins anything he rides.
Yeah, yeah. Well, did he ship out for any of the turf races, or I don't know. I haven't checked deep enough.
I'm not sure if he did or
Right.
not, but he hasn't been used nationally that much. Now, another thing, he's been riding for Baffert a little bit, so that's another thing with Kentucky. So
Hmm.
maybe we'll see him up at the other place. But
All
let me
right,
try.
we're gonna talk right now about the Wood Memorial winner, Resilience, who gets a jockey change to Junior Alvarado. That's understandable. Johnny V won the favorite, but the Wood Memorial. Do you see it's fair to downgrade that race? At least the past few years, it's really hasn't presented much.
It hasn't did much in years, has it?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Billy Mott I like, but I like Junior also, but I don't know. I got to pitch this horse, I think.
How many horses? I mean, you were talking about pitching horses, and what's a comfortable amount of horses to strategize your plays that you like to have, and what would be too much that you're all over the place?
Yeah, I'm not that's the thing I have to work on is my ticket, putting together my tickets because I play in tournaments mostly. So I don't,
Yeah.
and it's a shame. A lot of days I just mess up by putting my tickets together wrong. I have to get better at that. But like I said, just for this race, you got to eliminate 8 or 10 horses, I think. And then
Mhm.
then you're in a normal race in America is like 8 or 10 horses. So then you're back to, at least a normal, the opportunities to choose from there. I mean,
Right.
so like I said, when I say I eliminate 10, do I going to play all the other 10? Probably not, but
Hmm.
I might play Fearness on top with those other 8 horses underneath or mix some tries in there,
Hmm.
50-cent tries. A 50-cent try will come back big with, you even with Fears is, with Endisley and like Chad Brown's horse in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, something like that. You're going to have big prices underneath, probably. You would think it wouldn't come up. It wouldn't come up with all 3 or 4 favorites in there. I would almost guarantee there's going to be a 30 to 41 shot coming second.
We've got the number 20 Society Man, and this is something that you alluded to before, the lesser known jockey getting tossed for
And this
Frankie
is my man
Dettori.
here, Rivera. I was
Yeah,
on him
yeah.
when he was a bug, and
Oh, okay.
he runs down at Philly too.
Okay. Yeah.
And he won me a lot of qualifiers to get in, the NHC tournaments for Friday. I'm saying at Philly and
Right.
Aqua. I mean, I like the rider. I mean, I'm happy he's in this. I know Manny Franco's in this on him, ain't he? I
No, no,
thought he was.
Frankie Dettori. That's what I was saying. Like a lesser known jockey's getting changed out for one of the more well known legendary jockeys,
Oh, they
Dettori.
did take him off. I thought they were keeping him on.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you
No,
may
he
be
was
right.
on. They did take him off.
Yeah.
So that makes me, yeah, that originally he was on like about
Hey,
like right
3 times
before
he's
the draw. Then they took him off. That's what I mean. So yeah, it's a shame. Um,
I heard it was also on Capital OTB. The Brooklyn Cowboy Kevin Cox picked Society Man as the top pick in the wood, and he said he was going so nuts in his living room. Something about a dog getting so scared that he was cheering. It would have been like the biggest hit or second biggest hit of his handicapping career.
yeah, and he had
Yeah,
Rivera 106 to 1.
yeah,
That stinks. I thought they were leaving that kid on that horse.
right.
I didn't realize that. I mean, I haven't looked at the horse that much, but I apologize that I thought because I was going to say I had to play him, just to throw something on him because of that. So for that reason, I'm definitely pitching him.
Yeah,
Uh,
as a matter of principle.
yeah, yeah,
And there'll be so much talk about Frankie Dettori's retiring and
yeah. That'll
uh,
be the big story.
the overkill.
NBC probably pushed him to do that, but
Right.
who knows? But yeah, because this horse just won his maiden, then comes back, but Rivera wins both.
Hmm.
He did ride him. He ran him third. The other guy's seventh, and so this kid, Yeah, he had to be disappointed.
Yeah. Well, let's hope Danny Gargan gives him something down the line.
Yeah.
He definitely deserves it. So he's one of your favorite jockeys, and we're
Yeah,
going to move along.
he's been doing good since he lost his bug too. I mean, a
Yeah,
lot of guys
yeah,
drop
right.
off. He seems to be riding pretty good.
He writes for David Jacobson sometimes, I think. Yeah, he writes for everybody pretty much. All right, we're going to go along with the AEs. One is definitely in. Keep your ears to the grindstone. The word is Mugatu may be able to sneak in. We'll know tomorrow. With Eric brought it up about the news that Dornoch #1 may be scratched. There's some talk about that. Now, definitely in epic ride. Tried out the dirt last out at the Keeneland, the bluegrass. Is this one a pitch?
Nah, I think you played it. I mean, I'm going to play this horse underneath, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this horse he took to the dirt pretty good. Ran a good speed figure. I mean,
Definitely was.
I think he's improving. I think he's improving. I think he's a horse I'm going to play like underneath, with my tries and that. Just I think he's going to be. What's his odds? I mean, he's got to be
30-1 morning.
Probably, yeah, but he's probably going to be right now. He's at. So let me give you the last few here. Fearness was 2-1. Well, Grand Mo the first was 54-1. Fearness 2-1. Stronghold 39-1. Winner of the Santa Anita Derby. Society Man 61-1. Epic Ride 54-1. And then they also have. I guess you can bet this horse right now.
Mugatu.
Yeah, he's 78-1. So they're letting him bet right now. I guess you can. And if he's out, you get your money back, I guess. I mean, he has $10,889 bet on him to win.
Check out his odds at the bluegrass, 181-1.
Wow.
Yeah.
He ran fifth. How's he get in this? Where'd he get his points at?
Yeah. He had his only win is a maiden win. That's strange.
So you know what? He must have the other horses must have not signed up or whatever. And he had to be like way down in points to get in this, because I don't even see. Yeah, I don't see another point.
No.
Yeah, that would be crazy. This would be more of than the other horse that won that day.
Rich Striker
on it or whatever. Yeah,
I actually hit Rich Striker win bet, but that wasn't my best Derby one. My best. Well, let me ask you, and I'll tell you my story about biggest hit was how successful. How many Derby successful days do you stick out?
Well, the one that kills me is I would have cleaned up if they wouldn't have took that horse down. That was that for me. I'm not a huge bettor. That was going to be about a $7,000 to $8,000 win that day.
Talking maximum security.
Yes.
And you know what? On the flip side, that was my biggest hit.
Wow.
that day. But you know what? It was accidental. I'll admit it right there. I hit the exact, but I was 1 minute before post. I was telebetting. I was punching in the numbers on the phone. I accidentally hit the second place finisher.
Oh, wow.
That got moved up. So that was.
Yeah, that's great. Sometime, I mean, I said, someday that's the way it goes. I remember hitting, because on Express Bet, you have a quick pick. And I always do, like right before the post, I'll do like 3 or 4 50-cent tries, quick picks.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'll do that with the dollar exactas. And I did that ever since, who's the one they did the movie about, 50-1? The horse from
Mind That Bird. Mind That Bird.
Mind That Bird.
Yeah, right.
So that day I put that in there, and I didn't go back on. I thought I lost everything. And I go back, I don't bet for like another week or two. I guess at the Preakness, I go on my account,
right,
and I got all this money in there, and I'm like, I had the quick pick on the exact on Mind That Bird, like for $2. And I think it was like, if I remember, it was like $800 for like $1 or something, because I had like 1,500 in my account or something. and I didn't know it for 2 weeks. I would have been betting every day.
Yeah, that's right. So
So
check your account.
I always do a quick picks
Yeah.
with this race, just to, throw like, five, like I said, 5 tries in and like five exactas.
Right. So I think we went through the whole field right there, and maybe do a quick. I know our minds will probably change all the way up in the next 2 days. I know mine will, but I'm definitely going to be looking at horses to upset the apple cart. And we mentioned some of them. The Endlessly, I likened also the Chad Brown horse next door to Endlessly, domestic product, Catching Freedom, and yeah, they're going to be in my mix.
Yeah, like I said, I'll play a 17, then I'll play those long shots underneath that I'm like 14, 18,
Mm-hmm.
domestic product.
Oh, that's right. The 18. That was a good call by you. Yeah.
Let me see what number domestic product is. 15.
Right.
And then I'm gonna probably put the 21 in there, and then I don't know if I'm gonna play the 2 Louisiana Derby or the 7 and the 4, but I mean they won't be huge. I'll probably throw the coach in there, and then so I'll play like a 17 over those, 14, 18, 15, 21, and 6, and then then I'll probably box like the other 5,
Mm-hmm.
just in case because that stinks if Fearless doesn't win, but then them horses underneath come in, you don't have nothing. So you can do
That's when you stay away from the sharp knives, right?
you can do $1 box. I think it'll be $30, and you get 5 horses. I think is it $30 for 5.
Right.
I mean, if that comes in like that, then you're going to hit $1,000 exacta probably or more. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'll do something like that, and then, like I said, I'm usually not a favorite guy either at all.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I mean, with the tournaments, we usually don't play that. But I think this is one you have to look at, like a Justify or American Pharaoh. But I mean, but he does show like this could be, it's a 50-50 guess
Mm-hmm.
if he can have a bad race or not. I mean, he's had
Right.
those.
Yeah. So it could be acting up at the gate, 10-minute delay getting in there and cancel everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I've did that too before, trying
Yeah.
to cancel it. But the thing is, when you wait on these things with the online,
Yeah.
I don't know if you've had trouble spinning. That gets so frustrating. So it is better to
Yeah.
put
Right.
your picks in early.
Right.
Because I know on them big days, but it's hard. Then if you end up, maybe your bank's a little low and you hit the race before, now you got some money to play with.
Right.
And then then you see something out on a track, you're like, oh, cancel that, play that. And then you're spinning. I mean, it seems like sites get so jammed up at that.
Yeah. They say bet early, fund the account early, right?
Yeah. Which, I usually don't do, but,
I think that's some good advice. Definitely. This is the day to maybe look for some upsetters. But you like Fierceness to be, if he runs his race, should be right there.
yeah, I'll play single him in like the pick 4s, probably a little bit too, and then maybe play a different ticket with some long shots.
And we got to give Ed Reedy some credit. Number 4.
Yeah, I can't pitch him. I mean,
Right.
I'll play him on some tickets too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, they even have the exacta prices now. A lot of times they don't change a ton,
Right.
from where they start out at this time of the day. I mean, so you're looking at Fearless. Let me see. So the 17 4 is paying $21 for $1. 17 2 is only $12. But then, like I said, you play 17 14, it's paying 167 for $1.
So will you be checking that continuously the next?
Yeah, I like to look at
The
you know,
betting trends, right?
yeah, and like what the wise guy horse is going to be. Looks like
What's
his honor Marie's getting some play. So there's another name, Marie. Everybody knows.
yeah,
That's a
yeah.
little more play than I thought would.
Hmm.
I thought Mystic Dan would get a lot. I mean, he's 23-1. I mean, that Jack was unbelievable that year. I mean, that horse was like a 20-1 horse. He was like the second favorite. Remember?
Yeah, yeah.
I can't
Just
think of his.
because of Jack.
I
Yeah, my
can't think of his.
godson's name is Jack too. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
can't think of his. It wasn't. I forget. It was a cool name he had, but something on
we're getting
Jack.
old when we can't remember a few years back. I'm
It's,
older than you, but still, it's tough. Yeah,
yeah. But I can't get over this Santa Anita horse 39-1.
right.
Um,
And that's the only horse out of the Santa Anita Derby, right? Because I mean, Baffert's horses.
yes.
Yeah,
And yeah, that's
so
amazing. You point out that 22 is going to get in this race if this one scratches. And that'll
yeah.
change the board because the one's actually 17-1. He's probably, let me put him in order. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's the seventh favorite, the
Okay.
one.
Yeah,
So that was,
I took Dornock out of the mix on the computer program I use, and it takes some of the hot pace a little bit away. Not so much, but
but that'll even make it easier probably for Fearness if he gets out, don't you think?
yeah, yeah. I mean, right
Uh,
on the rail.
I mean, I hope
It
I'm
can
not
get a
giving
little.
bad info out there, but that's what they said. I didn't. We'll have to look at the DRF if they're reporting that, or
Right.
I was cutting the grass and I had JK on and a couple other guys, and he said that. So he was playing. He was looking at this race like that horse wasn't going to be in it.
Okay. So maybe he talked to a trainer as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna punch up Dornock on Twitter and see anything comes up. Uh, yeah, nothing yet. But the night is young.
Yeah, and I would think he'd come out if he's like that. He'll come out so the other horse gets in. I don't even know who's the connections on that.
Frankie Dettori bumped your boy Louis Rivera off.
No. I mean the 22. I'm saying
Oh, the 22. Okay, I'm sorry. The
that Jeff
22
Engler and yeah,
Joe Talamo.
Talamo's my man. I like
Yeah.
him. We go back a long way.
Yeah, what was that the series that you remember they profiled the jockeys back then?
Yeah,
I forget the name
yeah,
of it. Yeah. He was
that was
part of
good.
it. Yeah.
Well, I said he's the I told you that before. He was one of the guys I played when I first started playing. He was a bug.
Oh, right.
And I won the day I qualified. He had won like 3 races. It paid like over 8-1, and he was a bug.
He's your guy,
He
yeah.
came from. That's when he went from Louisiana over to California. Because he was a Louisiana kid.
Yeah.
And then he went over there. But like, he had the favorite a few years ago to get in the Derby.
Yeah,
and
got scratched, right?
remember?
Yeah.
And I felt
Yeah.
bad for him. And he'd get a ride here at least, because it's such big for these guys, to get on.
That was the horse ran one in the wood, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
So how about go ahead.
Yeah, this horse here, this 22. I don't think I've ever seen a horse with like. I don't know what happened there. We'll have to look at the points. Like he must have just signed up and like no one else signed. And got in. I've never seen a horse with the best he finished in it.
Right.
He finished 5th in the Bluegrass, and I don't know if them other races were 10-point races or what. He finished 8th and 4th.
Wow. I
And
don't
then
know.
he has one win, the maiden. I mean, and he has how much money he won? I'm on my readers on 80,000. He's won lifetime. I've never seen a horse with that low credentials in the race, so that'll be something.
Average Joe Racing Stables and a Joe Talamo aboard with a horse well below the average Joe as far as earnings.
Yeah,
And
78-1. I can't see that horse. I mean, I would think that horse would be 100-1, but
right. So yeah, let me ask you quickly. We've got a few minutes. Anything stick out for tomorrow's Kentucky Oats, or you haven't gotten into it yet?
Yeah, I did a little bit.
Okay.
Uh, hang on. And I mean, I like this horse, the just FYI. I love that horse, Billy Mott's horse with Junior. He's
Yeah, yeah.
he's 5-1 right now. It's a nice price.
Mhm.
Uh, then the 8 horse, the I don't know how you say that, but
8
Brad
horse.
Cox horse,
Oh, Tarifa, yeah.
Tarifa, yeah,
Yeah.
6-1.
Oh,
They're
6 to
betting,
1, really?
yeah,
Wow.
they're betting McPeak's horse right now is the favorite.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go. That's that name again. There's an Anna there. So I mean,
Yeah, Torpedo Anna, yeah.
so maybe something with that. I mean, let's see how much money's bet on the Oaks. There's only 136,000 in the pool there
Okay.
only, but I'm just saying right now that's
And we've
someone
got
made a big bet there.
actually some rain in the forecast.
Yeah, that's why I'm
We've got
pulling something up now. I'm going to pull up, see if anybody can take it. Because if it's a little wet, it could go wire to wire here. I think Tom Amos has a horse in here I like too, maybe a little bit.
Oh yeah, he's super solid, that guy. D Wayne's got Keith Asmussen as well on
Okay,
the horse.
the horse here. Let's see this horse. Steve, Our Pretty Woman,
Hmm.
Joe Rosario and Steve, 27-1 right now. That's a horse that could take him wire to wire, according to
Right.
my figures. If it comes up a little, like if it rains and then you know how whatever they do, it seems to always make it real fast for the front end. Now Pletcher's got that Leslie Rose. They're not betting that horse yet. He's 4-1, 8-1. He's 4-1 morning line, 8-1 right now.
How about the also eligibles, the 15 and 16? Any money getting bet in?
That's at Our Pretty Woman. He's 27-1.
Oh, okay.
So he's he gets in because there's the one scratch.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So he's in the 16 with Pletcher, 45-1. Not in yet, but
Right.
I would think if it comes up sloppy, there'll be a couple more scratches. I know that. I mean, just in general, that's the way they, maybe they know something, know they can't have a chance or something. But yeah, so I'm looking here. I'll play that FYI with the 15.
Hmm.
So 13, 15.
Oh, you like the 15? Okay.
Yeah, 13, 15. And I'll play one more here. Maybe the 8 or the 14, I guess. That Leslie Rose horse, Pletcher horse.
Where do you usually watch the Derby? At home?
Usually, yeah.
Yeah, me
Yep.
too.
And
Yeah.
they, few years ago, I think it's been good 6, 7, the year, Always Dreaming one.
Hmm.
Was that 18 maybe?
I got to look that up.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the Meadows, our local harness track, was doing through all the prep races. You had to pick the top two. Your course had to finish for all of them. You had to keep going or you were knocked out in the top 2.
Hmm.
And I ended up with the way we did, so I had everybody's, like, you swiped the card and did it. And I had my mom and dad's card at the time, my wife's. So then ends up, it got down to 4 people when I had 3 of them were behind me. And you get
Oh,
$1,000 bet on a Derby.
okay.
So the last prep race, it ended up, usually you'll have 4 or 5, 10 people won in the past. So you have $100 bet. They divide it up. This
Okay.
was the only time one person won. There was a big upset, and I threw a horse in with my buddies, and so we got to make $1,000 bet on the Derby to win. So we went. I went down. I had to spend the day down there,
Hmm.
and if I would have let him bet, he didn't know anything about it. We would have
Right.
won because he
Oh,
wanted to bet the favorite.
right. Right. Wow.
And I
Who do
bet
you,
I can't, that horse, I bet that time, here I go again. He's a big sire now. Real big horse.
Gun
I
Runner?
bet him. Yeah, let me look up that race. I'm gonna
Okay.
have to look it up now. But we bet he ran fourth, and
Okay.
I think he ran second in the Preakness. But he got really bumped hard at the beginning, and then that horse, remember that just went wire to wire there, and
Yeah.
that's when
Yeah.
I started changing because it was a little wet that day. I think. Remember,
Yeah.
I think that day it was wet. That's why these wet track here, I always look at the front end because you couldn't. Man, this is on the top of my tongue. That horse.
I'm going to
But
get it for you. It was the Always Dreaming
yeah,
Derby. Yeah.
definitely was. This horse was probably the second or third favorite. It was
It was 2017.
okay. Yeah, that's when the last time I wasn't here for the race and
Okay.
was down there for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Always
that was
Dreaming. Yeah.
1,000. Because if the horse won, we would have won. I think he was 5-1. My horse, I think, went all, or maybe 7-1 or whatever it was.
Still friends?
No. Well, yeah. I work with the guy. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
still friends. He
Right.
didn't care. I mean, but yeah, if I'd have just let him bet it, I probably, like I said, we'd have won. I forget what Always
A good
Dreaming
amount.
paid.
Good amount. Yeah. Classic Empire.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah. Okay. That's it. Yeah.
Remember
Classic
how big that
Empire. Yeah.
horse? Yeah, he was like yeah, that's who we had. Oh
Yeah.
man.
They got the slop, the
Well, I
picture
even
of that
said,
thing.
because
Yeah.
it said you had $1,000. The print was it said you get $1,000 to bet on the Derby.
Right.
And my argument was I wanted to spread. They wouldn't let
Okay.
us spread.
Oh, you had to go with one. Yeah.
Yeah, and it didn't say, like, it said that in the print. I remember because I wanted to play like $1,000 worth of bets, and they wouldn't let us. They made us bet it all on one rate, one horse. So that was my biggest bet
That's
ever.
where it happens. Yeah. 1,000 on the line. And
Yeah.
So I gotta thank you, Eric Gielata, my good friend from Pittsburgh. And did Tyler give any input? He's got a horse for this race?
No, he hasn't yet. He hasn't gave me anything.
Yeah.
He'll
So
probably.
how you gonna work? How you gonna work prom and Kentucky Oaks? How you gonna juggle things?
It always seems to be, because in the past I used to be the father-daughter dance in elementary school.
Oh yeah, I DJ'd a couple.
That
of
always
those.
is a big phone race. But
Right.
yeah, I guess. Well, they'll probably be gone. They're leaving pretty early, so I think I didn't see what time's the post time for the Oaks this year. They're making like the Derby. See, it's 7:00 this year.
Oh, okay.
Seems like it's later and later every year. Oaks is 5:51 post time.
Oh, okay.
So they'll be gone. I should be all right. Settle in for that. The last couple races there.
I used to DJ the alumni for the 50-year anniversary of Fairfield U every Preakness day. It was once a year. I would put my bets in advance, and in between cocktail hour, have my set list. I go in the computer room and checking the races out. And I came back, and when the Preakness, I looked on my phone. I made an announcement to the crowd: if you're playing the Preakness, this, if you don't want to know it, I won't say it, but here's the winner. All of a sudden, this priest stands up from his table, comes up out of his pocket. He has tickets that he already bet.
A priest. Wow.
Yeah. So
I was going to say, probably people thought you're nuts, because it seems like, especially in Pittsburgh, there's not a lot of, it's not a huge thoroughbred area. I mean, it's just not like, I think we're up where you're at. It is. I mean, obviously you're in the heart of.
Well, yeah, but this was when I was down in Connecticut. So,
yeah.
But we're investors, right? That's what we got to tell them. We're investors.
Yeah.
They just don't have to know what. Yeah.
But like I said, I'll get a bunch of calls and texts on that day though.
Right,
Like
right,
people that I haven't heard from, probably last year's the last time they texted me.
right.
And if the Triple Crown keeps going, then you even get more calls because people stay more into it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
So
it'll be exciting. So, hey, got to thank you, brother, for coming on. As always, you got great insight, and I think you gave the viewers some good ways to structure tickets. Not my
yeah,
specialty. I
yeah, I
got
know
one
that.
into the contest, so I'm like you.
Yeah, it'll be funny if my horses come in, then I come back and say I didn't play them, like or something.
I think
Change.
Rich Perloff gave out a pick six that hit on TVG, and he didn't play it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna go play. I'm definitely gonna play these. What I wrote down. I'm not changing these.
right.
Uh,
You stick to your convictions.
well, I hope your dad's all right. Tell him I said hi.
Yeah, yeah, definitely will. Maybe.
Just them here.
Yeah, I'm sure maybe he took a nap or something. So yeah, he
Yeah.
loved hanging out with you and the Pittsburgh crew, Tyler, your son, and Ed Reedy and Joe Rich, and yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard from Joe. I texted him, said our other buddy who usually sits with us wasn't in his horse. That was his horse that ran yesterday.
Oh yeah. How'd the horse do?
He didn't run. I hope you didn't bet. I also you didn't bet him. He came out of the gate good and then just he ran last, I think. I mean, he was up there second or third
Right.
and just, I guess he used too much, but I think it was a little too much for him. That race was tough, but actually a horse like him, 29-1,
Uh-huh.
won the race, was first time on turf, had the
Okay.
pedigree, sort of the same thing he was, but
Right.
it
It
went
wasn't
wire
his
to
day.
wire, 29-1. Yeah.
Wow.
And I guess TVG that Scott gave out earlier in the day, the trainer clued him in that horse was ready and they were raving about it. I didn't see that, but
Mhm.
Eric Foster's horse. So
Oh, okay. Hey, by 9 o'clock on Saturday, I'm sure we'll have a lot of stories and that we didn't see, and hopefully a few that we hit.
yeah, I'll be in
Yeah.
touch with you.
Yeah,
It's a
definitely
shame
will
these
be.
races aren't on the tournament though. This is like,
I mean, it'd
because
be
if you do
perfect. Yeah.
qualify that day, then you're in other races. That's why I haven't really played that much. As I was playing on Express Bet trying to win tomorrow's. I didn't play today though. That they're having one tomorrow to win the
Oh, that's right.
Churchill.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
having a big one for Churchill then.
Oh,
Like if you
okay.
won this week the feeder, you play tomorrow a $300 one, then you play the big one on Saturday, which
Okay.
would have been nice to be in.
You be trying
Um,
to get in the horse players tomorrow?
I probably won't.
Yeah.
Maybe I might though. It just depends.
Horse Tourney Sunday has a NHC qualifier. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have one for Sunday.
Yes, I think. Yeah, Sunday on
I
Horse
really
Tourney.
hope this Twin Spires starts what I told you I heard in the past. They're going to start
Yeah,
that
yeah.
website.
So you can
I hope
include these.
that I hope that really comes. Maybe we'll hear something about that over the next few days. But it would be
Right,
nice. You would think they'd start advertising it during this.
right.
I
I
mean, I
finally,
would.
I finally, I got my tour points updated, so I'm moving up the ranks.
Oh, well, how many did you get for that?
I'm ranked
Probably like
two
close to
292. I'm ranked 292, so I'm way down there. But I moved
I
up
thought
like.
you got because there wasn't a lot of people in that tournament.
Yeah, I got.
That wasn't a Friday one. That was the other kind where you had like probably like they only gave
There
out.
was like 130 maybe.
So you had 13 people got points. So that Friday, if you come in third or fourth on a Friday, you get a ton of points. You
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
got like 1,500 or 1,800 or
It might have been
something like
more.
that.
Yeah, I think it was like 18 or 1900. But
Yeah, it's
hey,
last year I was way up there already because I hit like 3 in a row. I was already rolling.
So have
This
you
year,
qualified with the tour before?
that last year was the first time.
Oh, this past year?
Yeah, the first with the
Oh,
points.
okay.
Because I never even have enough. That was only the second time I ever had enough to even 1,500 points, like to play. I mean, like
Wow.
I said, I usually don't even have that many and you kind of like, if you get up there on the points, you're going to end up, you get forced to play more, but
Yeah.
we'll have, AJ's great at knowing exactly where that's going to land. He's pretty good. Like he'll tell you like in another month or two what it's going to be exactly. So I actually played a little too much last year. I could have probably cut it off and I would have got in.
Oh, that you know that the scores you have are going to be enough. Yeah.
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 Yeah. It was a little lower than we thought it would be last year,
Right.
but this year it seems like it's higher already to me. I don't know. So
Yeah. So hopefully one of us gets in, both of us get in, all of us get in. It's going to
yeah.
happen. We just got to. Have you had years where you didn't get in and in
Yeah. I
between?
mean,
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know. It's been up and down, you know.
Right.
It's hard to say, but this ain't a good start though. But it could all change because if you went, last year I haven't won a tournament in a while, so because
Mhm.
I didn't get in the year before, and I won
Right.
on Breeders' Cup Day the year before that, so it's been 2 years since I won one. So I'm kind of due to win one. Like
Yeah.
what I said last week, I played in that free one. I already handicapped. I always handicap the
Mhm.
feature in case I qualify on the late one or whatever.
Right. Right.
And then I didn't. I just threw my picks in on that free one. That would have been the day because I would have had enough to
Oh,
get in. So I kind of wasted it there. But
yeah. That's
that's
that's a
just the
tough
way
one
it
to
goes,
swallow.
though. It all
Yeah.
has to fall in, you know,
Right.
when you can't buy into these tournaments,
Yep.
it's a lot easier when you can buy in every week, you know,
Yeah.
and you
Well, yeah.
eventually hit.
Everybody, we got it. We got to go different routes. Yeah. I'm the same with you. I got to play feeders. So.
Yeah.
Hey, Eric.
So,
Hey, thanks a lot. I'm going to bid you adieu as
all
far as
right. Take
recording
care.
here, but
Thanks for having me, and I'll
yeah,
talk to you soon.
Eric Gielata.
Pirates 14 and 19 now or something. Like it's crazy how bad we are. Our
Yeah,
duck
I
is.
mean, you've got all the young pitchers out there, and
Well, I
hopefully.
see you guys brought a big guy up pitcher today.
Oh, I didn't
And
see it. I know the Mets pulled something out.
someone you guys have is real good coming up.
Okay,
A pitcher, yeah.
okay, I'm gonna have to
So
check that
I'm
out.
hoping his Skeens is supposed to be here next week, but the way we're hitting, it's
Yeah,
amazing. We have like one or two guys hitting over 200.
I know. I saw that when they played the Mets. I'm like, how are they winning?
But that finally caught up to him now, you
Yeah.
know, like it's a shame. It's Henry Davis supposed to be great. We're worried about him if he could catch or not. He's catching good, but he's hitting 150. He's hitting worse than the guy we had last year. We traded was on the World Series team at catcher. I forget who he was. I couldn't believe a guy's been in a league that long. Like he was hitting like it's a different league now.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
remember in a bet like Dave Kingman. Now, if you were
yeah,
like Dave Kingman, you're a stud now.
yeah. He
Like
was like a whiff or a home run. Yeah, King Kong. Yeah.
he led the league 106 strikeouts one year. That was it. Now guys have like 200 strikeouts.
Oh
Like
yeah, they're going for the fences. Yeah.
so.
So
All
hey, Eric,
right. Take
thanks
care,
so much.
buddy.
Good luck, everybody, and we're going to be talking with Eric through the weekend. We'll be catching up, and good luck, everyone.
Thanks. All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.